How do you draw a chair? How do you draw a bookshelf? My name's Kurt. I'm a dad who draws. Come on, I'm going to show you. We've been drawing. We've often used a cube. Okay, simple cube, right? The difference between an interior and a cube, of course, we're actually putting ourselves in the inside of this. So let's go ahead and start that just by drawing the interior of a cube. And let me show that to you here. Let's always start off with a frame. Frame is always helpful to get some sort of guidance of where we're going. And you know, the corner of the room is going to be about here. And so this actually is the interior. And this doesn't have to be exact. This is the inside of a cube, the interior corner of it. So that's the way I want you to think of it. Like, let's come up here maybe right about there and draw this right here. Okay? So we've just established the beginnings of a perspective grid, all right? Whoa, hey, time out. Hey, take a second, hit that button, and I think the kids say they smash it. Smash that button, subscribe, and hit that bell. I know what it is. So let's continue this. So let's take the halfway point between these two right there. Let's take the halfway point between these two. We're really good at finding the halfway points of things and lightly, very lightly, put those together like that. And then let's divide that in half again. And this one in half. Okay, it's right about there. And subdivide those and do the bottom as well. Now this is just to give us some guidance when we're going to be drawing. And let's subdivide this as well. Keep it light. And we're going to subdivide this one. Same thing here. And same thing here. Let's get this armchair in. And now if you notice this armchair is not parallel with the walls. All right. So if I'm looking, let's just say this is my room here. I'm going to make this small so we could kind of see it. Let's say this is my room right here. And on this wall here, I have the bookcase. And see, the bookcase is parallel with the wall. But the chair is at a different angle. We have this stepping ladder that's behind there, and then you have your windows over here. You see that? So this chair is at it's going to have two different vanishing points and everything else, but we don't need to worry about that. All we need to do was on the ground plane right here, which is the ground plane, just change the angle. Change the angle of what you're looking at. See that? And then what you want, the key on this though, is to make sure you fan things out. You see how this is fanning out there? This is going back to a vanishing point, but just make sure you fan that out there. And the same thing here. So we're going to slightly change that angle. So this also is fanning out. And what I mean by that is, you know, if I'm looking straight down on top of it, it's the idea that it is fanning out from a vanishing point. Here, let's go ahead and build this up just a little bit. Now this is not going to look exactly like our picture, but we're using our picture for inspiration here. All right, let's start. Let's go with right there. So remember, this is fanning out, so we want to match that. We want to make sure that that goes to the same vanishing point. And the same thing here. We're just estimating these things. I'm going to extend the back here. Extend the back, see this? And now right here, we're just about eye level. So this is going to, these are all going to converge. We're kind of ignoring this back wall for right now. This is going to, these are all heading back. Let me put this on a different level. You might be, you might be at this point, oh my gosh, Kurt, what are you doing to us? I'm stretching you. All of these lines are heading back to the same vanishing point, okay? Are going back to the same vanishing point. All right, let's add some thickness because we have basically our the rough shape of this chair in place now. All right, so just use that as a guide. Now we don't have to be completely accurate now because we've already established these guides, and we can kind of be a little more freehand. So I'm just kind of going around using all this as guides. There's my blanket right there. That's the part that's resting on the chair, right? And now I can go in and add some thickness to it. This is going to go back to the vanishing point. Okay. I'm going to add some tone there. Add a little tone over here as well. You know, remember as we're drawing together every day, the most important thing you could do is just to practice, is to draw every day. I mean, that really is it. It doesn't matter what your work looks like. I truly believe your work will improve over time. The important thing is to just keep establishing this habit. All right. All right, let's get this bookcase in. So I am going to, again, this is the place where it comes in contact with the wall. And so now, okay, so this is at eye level. So our shelf is going to come out we'll just come out just a little bit. That's going to be perfectly parallel. And then this is going to go back to this vanishing point. It's going to be a little bit taller here. Here we go. It's below. Just kind of freehanding this now. following that, looking at where the eye level is. This is my eye level. So anything above this, I'm going to see the bottom of it. Anything below the eye level, I'm going to see the top of it. All right. And we could add these. It has these holes in place. And then we can add something over here as well. And I'm just keeping it loose here, keeping it loose. Now I could refer to our photograph and get some books in here. And all I'm going to do is just kind of indicate, just with some lines. I might put a little tone back here to help show like, oh, there's a book there. Different sizes. Different values in here to give some variation. What else do they have? Oh, they got some photographs. So we'll put some photographs there. Looks like they have somebody's wedding photograph up on top. Could put that there as well. What else down here? More books. Maybe an award that they won a long time ago. Nobody cares about anymore. Except the person who won it. All right, I'm just kind of filling up my bookcase here with different mementos and works of art right there. You see that? And then over here, let's go ahead and on our last thing, what I want to do before I shut this down here, let's add a plant. So let's make sure that, if I'm going to, it's going to be down here behind the, it's going to be behind the chair. And it's going to be round, but I put a square down here to kind of give me guidance, so I could so I could get the right shape of my pot. Again, I'm looking at this this is below my eye level. All right, so let's go ahead and put this plant in here, in place. I'm going to draw a little bit of a silhouette of some leaves in the back here. Okay. And then I'm going to go and use my eraser just a little bit on this so I can have a better feel for my leaves. Okay, I think that will challenge you today a little bit to draw this bookcase, a chair, and this potted plant. Well, that was it. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm Kurt. I'm a dad who draws.
A dad who draws.